Yo, 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 what's up, party people? My name is Sage Lewis. This is the Sage Against the Machine podcast, and today we're talking about the debacle known as the White Pond development. This is a local podcast. I'm running for city council, so I'd like to do some more local stuff. I find this interesting from an activist point of view. Consider myself an activist, and you know, as an activist, I've been hitting my head against a brick wall for about 8 years now. And, you know, if you keep hitting your head against a brick wall long enough, you pick up some techniques, some ideas. I want to share those ideas with my fellow countrymen of Akron, Ohio. All right, look, let's set the stage in case you don't know it. Let's just go over here to, let's take, I love the Save White Pond. Here, we're gonna just get rid of this music. I love the Save White Pond Instagram. What a beautiful dedication to a wonderful cause. Let me see if I can show you a little bit of this space here. She's done so much. Let's see. Let's see. Is this the area? So I think this is Frank. I think this is the area we're talking about. Yeah. So it's right around here. This is White Pond. This is Frank Boulevard. This is Shokalog Run, the Agnes at the White Pond, Akron. Do you know what I'm talking about there? This is the area that we are talking about in this particular situation. She did a walk. Oh, let me see this. So this is another view. You all a different view of this formerly publicly owned land that is going to be developed, as well as tell you that when talking with a fellow Akronite today, I was told that the reason this development is going to keep going forward is because there isn't enough political will against it. First of all, I don't believe that that's true. I do genuinely believe there are many of us. And second of all, I think our city leaders should be doing things that are right, not because of political will. We should be doing things that are right for Akronites. And not just what's right for developers and the tax revenue of this city. So if you haven't, or even if you have, please email your ward reps, email the mayor, email Jason Segedy, email the developers even. I will provide a slide eventually with everyone's contact information. Make public comments at city council, sign the open letter, make your voice known.
Yeah. All right. They're going to lose. Whoever said this to this woman, that there's no political will, is absolutely right. This is already done. And what's going to happen is, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what the mayor said. I'm going to show you some beautiful, heartfelt, well thought out speeches by the people of Akron. But as a person who has gone head to head with the city of Akron, I can tell you without a shadow of a doubt, you're going to lose this battle. Now, I don't know if that's going to depress you or make you angry at me, but don't quit. There's hope. There's hope. There's hope, okay? I have some ideas. But what I believe there's a possibility, a slim possibility, that Tara Mosley and Shamus Malik might vote no. Maybe. But the other people that are normally for the people, Russ Neal and Nancy Holland, they've already said they support it. Russ Neal, it's in the development's in his ward. He doesn't have any people in this stake. Like it's like his people are somewhere else. It covers his ward, so it's beneficial to him to get this in his ward. Nancy Holland, I don't know. She's very, I think I like Nancy Holland. She's a very lawyery lawyer and very pragmatic. Tara Mosley is, I believe, standing up for the voice of the people. I attack Shamus Malik to the point where he probably has PTSD and just not even post-traumatic, just actual trauma when he hears my voice, which is fine. Well, I don't know if he can handle it, but if he wants to be in politics, he better frickin' handle it. Wow. Michelle Miller. Michelle Miller says that's literally the view from her desk. Oh, right. I've been to your office. Yeah. So, here, I'm going to pull that over here. Yeah. So, hi, Michelle. So Michelle is saying literally that's the view from my desk at work. So what we need to understand is that this is a beautiful area. Okay. This is lovely. I don't know if you've gotten to walk it. I can tell you can't walk it now because there are now no trespassing signs. So here's a video of this guy. Okay. So he's at the corner now. And there now is that sign. There are two of these signs now. Literally, there's a street. So look, there's a sidewalk. It's not well kept, but that's a sidewalk. That's a street. And you can now not go there. You are now not allowed to go down that street. That street is off limits to you. You know why? Because they don't want people looking for endangered species. They don't want their case made anymore. They don't want to hear it. They want the people out of this. This deal is going to go through. They are going to just demolish this land. They're going to have out-of-town developers come and put a 250 unit rental complex, rentals starting at $1,600 to $2,200 rentals, of which the developer is going to get the tax abatement for 15 years. An out-of-town developer is going to put, of course he's coming to Akron. He's like, are you shitting me? I got all this land for $750,000 and then I can build on it and I then don't have to pay taxes and then I'll just sell it down the road. Of course, he's scavenging on the carcass that is Akron. Of course he is. Of course he is. Michelle said, saw her out there last week. There are so many people fighting like hell to stop this. Now, once upon a time, I tried to change the minds of city council. I had a 70 tent village in my community. I was taking care of homeless people. I had a lot of council people, not all, but a lot, come down and look at my village. I worked with them. I did everything Jason Segedy asked me to do. I did everything the zoning guy asked me to do, Mike Antonucci. I begged, I pleaded, I was kind, I was respectful. I went to my one meeting I was allowed to have with the mayor. I did everything. I did not change one single vote. 4 people voted for my thing. Tara Mosley, Russ Neal, Zach Milkovich, and a friend of mine. I can't remember his name. I'm so sorry, brother. I apologize. I just, look, free flow on this. My brain is bad, but 4 people, everybody else voted against it. My council leader, at the time in Ward 8 was, I don't know. Anyway, she has a homeless brother. Her brother is literally on the street, homeless. She came to view it. I can almost say her name. Can't remember her name either. She voted against it. They all voted against it. I'm telling you, and what they do is they let all the people plow through in there. And may I say, the Save White Pond people are doing a wonderful job of getting a lot of people down at City Hall, speaking, being brave, being thoughtful. But I had way more. We had way more. I mean, standing room only. Standing room only. They got tired of hearing about this. They wait out the clock. So what they're doing right now is they're taking time until the people stop coming, and then they do the vote in silence. And then I'm here to tell you, the people that should be standing up for the people are not going to. Russ Neal and Nancy Holland. Maybe Shamus Malik. He has been listening to the people. I'm very thankful for that. He has, I think, been swayed by the words of the people. Tara Mosley is oftentimes talking about how city council betrays the people. So she maybe, I don't think she has a horse in this game one way or another. I can understand why Russ Neal wants it because his people aren't involved. It's just and interestingly, he wants the meeting to happen in Ward 4 because I think Ward 4 people are going to go show up and be like, yeah, what do I care? What do I care? Doesn't matter to me. It's not by my house. This is just some offshoot of Ward 4. And so I think he wants it over there because maybe he'll pick up some people in his ward that'll support it because he supports it. Which is fine because he's supposed to represent his ward. It's fine. It's fine. So I'm going to go through a couple speeches here. First of all, we're going to go to the Dan Horgan speech.
Mayor Horgan would like to say something.
I want to make a couple of points. One of them is actually a pretty good one.
One of them is a pretty good one. Good job, Dan. You got a pretty good point. Oh, good. Sorry, nobody tells you your points are good.
Listening to Diverge and their impact that they've had on the community. If you remember 6 years ago, this city was strapped with over, hundreds of thousands of square feet of empty mall space that has now been turned into, kind of an industrial powerhouse.
What does this have to do with anything? Like, okay, he lost some malls and now it's like some weird industrial thing. I mean, great, fine. I mean, he lost a mall. It went to Amazon, of which he paved a shit ton of roads for. Chapel Hill, I don't even know what goes on up there, storage or something. Great.
Throughout the city on both ends, both in Romick Road and Chapel Hill.
Those things were already developed, man. This is a peat bog.
You all should be taking victory laps and congratulating yourselves.
Victory laps. You know what you guys don't do enough? Congratulate yourselves.
We have created that environment for people to want to come into the city and create jobs. The other is...
create jobs. How is this creating a job, 250,000 rental units, other than, like, I mean, his developers are going to get rich. He's going to have his, Kenmore Construction come in, probably. It'll probably be the deal. I don't know if I'll show you, but a lot of people donated maxed out donations to Dan Horgan from this development.
In the history, especially with this piece of property, and you've been driving by it like we all have for 50 years, it used to be a leaf dump and a concrete manufacturing plant. It was never a protected wetlands. Just because water pools somewhere.
Okay, just because water pools somewhere.
And the type of system of government that we have is...
That is a wetland. Just because there's Great Lakes, just because there's a shit ton of water at the border of Cleveland, I mean, that's just random. I mean, why? I mean, that just because water pools somewhere, that's nothing.
That you are all elected at some particular point to represent those concerns of your residents. That doesn't mean that they're wrong or that we are, but, and we've listened to every single person who has said, listen, this is out there, or I have concerns now. At some particular point, there's a leadership discussion and there's a question of saying, listen, I think this is good. I think this
You haven't listened to the people at all. They just had found out about this.
is bad, but you represent all of those, and there could be people who are weighing in that are actually from outside the city.
Outside of the city. There it is. And he said this apparently on NPR. He is punching down. Now, Shamus Malik right here, who likes to take his time and talk about the title of my podcast at City Council, which is, you want to promote my podcast, buddy, by all means. I'm all for it. I need all the help I can get. But they do this. They punch down to the people. Dan Horgan made an op-ed in the Beacon Journal punching down on me. And then Shamus Malik comes out and punches down on us because we're being impolite. Well, it's being steered by this schmuck up here who starts the culture of being disrespectful to the people.
And that's okay. I mean, they want to do that because we live in an age of social media and emailing.
They want to do that. They want to come in from out of town. But remember that. Just remember out of town. Will you keep that in your head there?
Communication, and they have concerns. And you really can't compare. I don't think you can compare the fracking one with this one because I think they're a little bit different when it comes to housing and oil. But I get the concern. But at some particular point, you all have to make a decision about what is best for this.
I mean, housing. I mean, we need housing, don't we? I mean, didn't you say just a minute ago we needed housing? Yeah, well, people that need housing can't afford $1,600 of rent, Dan.
City and what is best for that area. And we've taken a significant amount of time over the last 3 years to look at that and say, okay, like you said, COVID, is anybody building office space? God, not really.
Nope, they're not building office space anymore, at least not today. Maybe, I don't know. I mean, who wants offices anymore? What we need are high-end rentals.
Just don't think that's going to happen, but we do have a strong.
Oh yeah, you got a forecast. You understand. I just don't think. I mean, they didn't come to me today to want an office building. I don't think that's gonna happen. I don't think people build office buildings anymore. I don't think that happens anymore. I mean, why would a doctor need office space? Why would a lawyer need office space? That's just stupid. People don't come to offices anymore. Don't be dumb. People don't leave their houses, do they? I don't leave my house. I mean, I had to just come out here into this building for like 5 minutes and look at you mongrels. I mean, come on. Nobody wants to be here, right? We want to sit on our couch, right?
Strong need for housing, and we do have available properties for that. So the impact, whether it's environmental or whether it's traffic, and ODOT has already looked at that exchange and had been looking at that exchange for a number of years to be able to say what are the changes to be able to do that. And so it's not of saying, hey, let's listen again.
Yeah, hey, let's not listen again. I mean, we've already listened. Haven't we heard enough?
We've heard all the concerns.
We've heard them all. We've heard all those concerns. We don't need to listen anymore. Why don't you put on your big boy pants, fuck your constituents, and vote on this. Vote yes.
And I just don't really hear anything that says, hey, listen, we should not do it because of this.
I don't really hear anything I don't hear anything. I mean, why would I? I'm not hearing anything. Blah, 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 blah. I don't hear anything.
It's not that we don't listen, but it's some particular.
And sometimes we don't listen. I just don't hear anything. I mean, I'm listening, but I can't hear anything. I can't hear it. I can't hear the things.
Point, you're going to have to make a decision of whether you think this is good or bad. Obviously, we think it's a very good.
Obviously, I mean, it's good. Duh. You're going to have to decide if it's good or bad. Obviously, it's good. I mean, duh.
Investment from a company.
Obviously.
It's not local money it's doing. It's actually coming from outside of Ohio.
It's coming from outside of Ohio. Now, this is where I get a little angry. He just bashed people that live here, accusing them of coming from outside of Akron, and now he's congratulating people coming from outside of Akron to fuck up a wetland and put something the people around that wetland don't want.
Be able to invest in this community. That's one of the whole goals, too, is to attract outside money and developers just say we can do this. It's a good.
Do you know what outside landlords are like? Let me tell you something. I've helped low-income people with outside landlords. They fucking suck. They're parasites. They're parasites. They don't like Akron. They don't like our people. All they're doing is stealing our money, man. They don't give a shit about us. All they care about is the cheap land that you're giving them and the 15-year tax abatement. They're not trying to be a part of the community.
Product. And it's not about not listening, but at some particular point, you're going to have
It's not about not listening, but at some point, you got to stop listening.
Make a decision. We will present all the facts.
All the
Get rid of
facts.
all the misinformation.
All the misinformation. I mean, the people, man, they just say weird shit like, you know, pools of water are like wetlands. I mean, isn't that the stupidest thing you've ever heard? Like water pooling somewhere is like water where it's wet. I mean, that's stupid. God, these people with their misinformation. I mean, they say there's animals over there. Well, now we put up no trespassing signs, so there's no animals. If you can't see the animals, there's no animals. It's just how it works.
Like the endangered species, like these, you know.
Yeah, I mean, come on. Don't be stupid.
Pools of water that are not really wetlands.
No, not pools of water, not really wetlands. Just, you know, lands with wet stuff on them.
It's just where water has gathered. It's
Just water that's gathered.
a particular point.
Yeah, I mean, come on. I mean, what is an ocean other than just water that's gathered at a particular point? I mean, come on. Don't be stupid.
I want to make sure those are on the record. I want to make sure you heard from me on this. We've been working hard.
Working hard.
Listen to those concerns,
Oh, yeah, you've listened.
and we'll go from there. So,
Yeah.
Mr. Chairman, thank you.
Yes, thank you, Mayor.
Oh, yes. And I will be sucking your dick after this. It'll be so delicious, right? Oh, his lapdog. God, oh, yes, Mayor. Yes, Mayor. Oh, God. No. Anyways, let's listen to something else. Nancy Holland, boring. Tara Mosley, it's kind of good. Let's see.
Thank you, Chairman Fusco. Sean, thank you for that bit of information. We too have received several emails. I took it upon myself to drive over there this past week, but it was raining so much, it was hard to even go into the wetlands or even nearby because of the
They're not wetlands, Tara. There's just pools of water that randomly pooled. Don't be silly. You're misinformation, Tara.
rain. I'm concerned. I think that
See, I'm concerned. See, thank God.
things that have been brought to our attention should give
Terry, you're listening to misinformation. Just do this, what I do. Blah, 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 blah. That's what I do when people talk to me. You're listening to things.
give all of us some concern. And I do hope before we vote on any development agreements that there is a effort to talk to those who are concerned.
Oh, we haven't heard everything? No, the mayor said we heard it all. And sooner or later, we just got to stop hearing.
Residents, great, we're going to do a traffic study, but this is beyond a traffic study now. We're talking about endangered species. We're talking about...
No, Tara, misinformation. There's no endangered species there. No endangered species. Don't be silly. Don't, man, what did Donald Trump call it? Fake news, Tara, fake news.
There may or may not be an owl back there. There may...
Let me see if I can find you this owl. Let me see. Where is he? He's right down here. Okay, where is he? Here, Mr. Owl. Oh, I lost him. I think she has a picture of him. Where did his owl go? Anyway, she has a picture of this fucking owl. He's adorable. But again, is it reels? What's reels? I don't even know what reels are. Reels? No, I just want the picture of the owl. Where'd it go? Owl. I gotta show you this owl. I can't find it. Anyways, another quality broadcast by Sage fucking Lewis. Christ.
And may not be some other wildlife back there, but we need to find out first. And I don't
What?
feel
No, we've heard everything, Tara.
comfortable voting on any agreement until we talk to those residents and those who...
Oh, Tara, you're gonna vote. Jeff Fusco says so. He's like looking at you right now. He's like, you just sit down. My master says we will vote.
sent us all these emails. We've been here before when we...
All right, you get that. Here, let me do Shamus.
I agree largely with my colleagues'
That's pointing. He came right after Tara.
comments. We've been going through this process since late May, I think, when the materials for the development were shared with Planning Commission, with the council, and I know we've had a number of discussions in June with Planning Commission. July there were public hearings with council. We've tried to get information out there. We voted on it in September. The changes to the renewal plan and to the zoning. And throughout that time, you know, my ward, which, you know, is kind of the northern boundary of this.
So technically, the people that are upset are in his ward, Ward 8, but the development is happening in Russ Neal's ward.
I heard from maybe 15, 20 residents. And, you know, folks express concerns, and I appreciate, you know, I've engaged with many of the folks in the administration and with the developer in talking through a lot of those concerns. Since then, the number of folks who are aware of it and the number of folks who have concerns has increased dramatically, right? So on November...
Yeah, and the reason is because they didn't know about this. They didn't realize this was happening. The city was trying to sneak this through on them.
Second, there was a meeting at the Northwest Library, and there were over 50 residents.
50 residents came out to talk about this, and Shamus was there.
Who attended there, and many of them had a number of concerns. Some of the concerns talked about today, Mr. Volman, and some folks don't want the development and the sale to happen at all. Some folks want to have a traffic study or want to have an environmental impact study. Most of the folks are asking us to slow down and make sure that those voices...
I would say I haven't met any, and I've been out on my bike in Ward 8. I have not met a single person that is like, yeah, I can't wait for this. I need 250 rental units right down the street from me where there's a train and the road gets clogged up as it is in the morning. I can't wait for that.
Voices are heard. So I appreciate what you're saying in terms of making sure that we have the development agreement and are able to lay out the a presentation on what is occurring and what has occurred. And again, I want to appreciate a lot of people, especially Ms. Collins, have shared a lot of information that has been helpful in the last few weeks. But the ask that I would have is that we try to have a meeting at which the residents who have expressed concerns are able to share those concerns directly with
Super great idea.
city administration and with interested council members, and able to hear some of those answers to
Russ Neal wants it to happen in Ward 4. Don't let him do it, Shamus. You keep it in our ward, buddy. It's our people.
specific questions, right?
Because Russ Neal wants this.
I've tried to relay some of that, but I don't have all the information as well. And so I hope that before we would have any vote on this, that we would be able to do that at the Northwest Library.
Northwest Library will be fine.
Or, you know, anywhere to that.
No, not anywhere. Northwest Library will be fine. Not Russ Neal's. No, Russ Neal. Russ Neal wants this. Fight for us, Shamus. You're our only hope.
So that would be my ask for this.
Very good, thank you.
Okay, what else have I got? Have I got anybody else that's any good? Malik 2. Let's see what Malik 2 was really quick.
I appreciate what you said, and I agree with a lot of it, right? I want to be clear, you know, I voted for those two changes that we made.
I like what he's saying. He initially voted for it, but he is open. He's listening to his constituents.
Last month, or in September. I think there is value to the project, right? There's merit to having new housing in the city of Akron.
There is. We need housing, but not $1,600 rentals.
We, especially having single-story housing, there's a huge amount of demand for it. I guess where I
not luxury shit, man.
Come in is that you know, I think I don't get any congratulations.
Oh my God, you don't get any congratulations. What is the matter with these people? You don't get any congratulations. Oh, poor little Shamus.
For residents knowing about it, because I tried to get the word out in June and July and August, and
maybe he's saying it's not. Maybe he meant to say, okay, maybe I take that back. Maybe he's saying I didn't do it. I shouldn't get any congratulations for doing this. I didn't do it. Okay, if that's what he said, I take it back.
Spoke to a number of folks, but the folks I think who found out about it over the last month, they didn't get the information from me.
Yeah.
They got the information from residents.
Okay, I take it back. He just said it poorly. You should just say, I'm not responsible for making this happen. The people made this happen. Would have been a better way to say it.
Who've walked the neighborhood.
Come on, man. Harvard, bro.
And passed out information. So I've tried to engage as best as I can. But so I'm frustrated in a way because.
If you could say frustrated one more time, He's frustrated. Well, do something. I like to yell.
I wish we could have had that meeting at the Northwest Library in August, right?
Yes.
And I appreciate, we could have voted on this in July, and you said, let's go ahead and wait. And so I think that's where I'm standing, where it's like, I've got many, many more times of folks all throughout that neighborhood north of Frank who are now standing up and saying, hey, I hear the explanations you're giving, but that's not sufficient for me. And so I think it's incumbent on us to actually find a way to listen to them and to correct where there is misinformation, right? Or to correct where there's misinformation.
Where's the misinformation? Who is doing the misinformation? If you ask me, the misinformation is coming from Dan Horrigan.
Understanding, and to at least hear and try to address where.
But you know what? Maybe the people have got a whole coup. They're like pulling in ringer animals. They're like bringing in bald eagles and stuffing them on the road and taking their picture. I don't know what's going on, but it seems to me these people have been out there like looking around, and Dan Horrigan's like, nah, they're not there.
There are legitimate concerns.
I really believe Dan Horrigan watched too much of Donald Trump.
That's the point that I wanted to
Well, thank you very much. I don't know about misinformation.
I mean, come on, misinformation. I mean, come on.
Necessarily, just, yeah, misunderstanding, I think, is more appropriate because
Misunderstanding.
everything we explored and discussed was, as far as I understand, has been straight on. Mayor Horrigan would like to say something.
I want to make a couple of points. One of them is actually a pretty good one.
Oh my God, and here he goes, Mayor Horrigan. Okay, I can't even with that guy. Let's now listen to some people. Here's Megan.
Megan Lugo.
All right. So what I want you to know is this room, this is on the 14th. I was there. We're not going to listen to me because I can't stand listening to me. They come out, they care so fucking much. And mostly it's about the animals.
Megan Lugo, Ward 1. I genuinely don't know where to begin.
Okay, this is the woman who I believe runs White Pond. I think this is Megan. I think this is her right here. Is this Megan?
Hi, everyone. I'm doing another live just because.
Okay. Dan Horrigan has accused this woman of not living in Akron. She had her child here. She works at the University of Akron, and Dan Horrigan has the gall to accuse her of being some sort of outsider implant to rustle up a false worry and concern. God damn it. Now I forget which one I was on.
At today's Planning and Economic Development Committee, city officials, including
I mean, listen to her. Whoa. Sorry.
Who have been doing the audacious.
She's like in tears. How dare the mayor of Akron slam a citizen? And you see, this is why I punch up. You want to know why I'm angry? Because of this fucking bullshit. These guys all around this horseshoe, that fucking ass mayor comes and belittles us. And then Shamus Malik stands up and scolds me for being too loud.
Thing of trying to have their voices heard, and were accused of misinformation.
Yeah.
Now it was.
Yeah, I don't know. Look, I highly doubt this woman is building up some sort of contrived case for this. I believe that, like, she freaking cares about this shit. We're lucky to have her in Akron. And now they have ostracized her, alienated her. She's probably going to leave Akron because we fucking made her into some sort of enemy against the power.
Heavily implied that those of us doing the work don't live here, and that we have been misinforming the people of Akron.
See, I mean, this is the fucking shit that pisses me off, because what they could have done with me, they could have done with Megan, is they could have pulled her aside, they could have pulled me aside and said, man, Megan, thank you so much for being here. I'm so glad you're a part of this community. I really want to understand more. Could we have a meeting with you? Could we talk more about this? Could we understand your concerns? Because Megan has become the de facto leader in this because she's putting in the most amount of time. So if they could turn Megan, they could turn the whole movement. But no, you know what they did instead? They fucked Megan in the ass. They called her some sort of outsider. And now she's angry and hurt because the city punched down on her.
doesn't live here?
I know.
Is the mayor-
You, Megan. They're talking about you.
You're referring to the developers of this project?
Yeah, see? The developers don't live here, but we like them because we like their money, of which they're not paying any taxes.
I believe he said today, this is not local money.
Yeah.
It's coming from outside.
Outside. And man, I'm telling you, these outsiders are like, they're parasites. They are just sucking the blood of Akron until it's gone and they will leave.
Why is it that outside money can talk?
Yeah.
And have
But not you, Megan.
your ears, but
And Megan lives here, for God's sake.
not
And that's misinformation. That's what he was saying, Jeff Fusco, that the misinformation is that Megan somehow or anybody is from the outside. They're not. She lives here.
Akronites. Now for me, I live in Akron. 45 Mayfield Avenue, you can come there anytime because I'll be there.
I cannot believe they did this to her. I cannot believe they did this to her.
You can look me up on voter registration records too, if you want to. Yes, I moved from Texas. Yes, I am California born and raised.
Yeah, well, we only talk to people that were born here, Megan. Don't be stupid. If you haven't been born in Akron, you aren't an Akronite.
I've never been ashamed of that. But I live in Akron.
Yeah, now you're going to be ashamed that you live in Akron.
Is my home. I gave birth to my daughter just down the street.
Wow.
I work for the University of Akron.
Wow.
I live and breathe this city. Do you?
Wow. Yeah. No, they don't. They just are evil. Like they're like the traffic cops of parasites. Hey, over here, we got some land over here that you can suck dry. Come on, this way, this way.
Mayor Horgan does not apparently remember giving me my award last week at the mayor's
He gave her an award.
Citizens Institute, an institute for citizens.
She's part of the Akron Citizens Institute.
I was there.
Yeah.
Now, as the communications manager of this group of citizens, and one of, if not the most public faces of this effort, I don't know who else you could possibly be referring to.
Yeah, he's talking to you. But you see how he did it? He's like, I wasn't talking about you. Well, who? Well, I mean, I was talking about somebody else. See, that's how they do it. They didn't name her, but of course they're talking about her.
People in this horseshoe know I live here. So on the count of misinformation regarding where people live, I'll let the public decide who is doing the misinformation.
Yes.
And moreover, I will never forget who sat there silent and allowed.
Yeah, Shamus Malik. You like to chastise me and Reverend Ray Green, but I didn't see you standing up chastising the mayor. I didn't see you doing it, buddy.
Character and the character of the people working on this, our dedication to the city we love, to be denigrated, assassinated, and questioned.
That's how they do you. That's how they do you. That's how the administration works. They don't talk on issues. They attack the person. They try to undermine the person. Watch what they're going to do to me on my city hall run. Just watch.
In this space, and on the count of misinformation, let's go. Regarding endangered and protected species, the bald eagle, the photographer of the bald eagle contacted the mayor and shared not only when the photograph was taken, but where it was taken from.
Okay. The photographer, now she's only got like a minute. That's why she's going fast. You only get 3 minutes. The photographer of the bald eagle contacted the mayor and let him know where and when that picture was taken. Fake news! Fake news!
I hope the mayor shares that with the public, because I will. The Indiana bat, I am reading from the permit issued to the city in 2007, the only active permit that allows for development on this site. As far as the Army Corps is concerned, the project lies within the range of the Indiana bat, a federally listed endangered
The Indiana bat is a federally listed endangered species.
Several factors have contributed to the decline of Indiana bat. I'm going to skip ahead to the loss of forested and degradation of forested habitat, particularly stands of large mature trees. Suitable habitat for the Indiana bat may be located within the forested areas
Fuck that bat. What kind of money does he have?
of this site. You all stood there.
Yep.
Accused us of misinformation.
I know. It's so evil.
So instead of making the insulting and legally questionable claim myself, I will instead turn to the public and ask them to decide for themselves who here is doing the misinformation. You all.
Yeah.
I would be happy never to see any of you again after
See,
what
look, you have really hurt this woman to her soul. All she's trying to do is be an active citizen and stand up for what she believes. And what you did was you attacked her personally. You went after her personally. You people are bad, bad, bad.
said about me and the people who have been doing this.
Yep. No, they don't want to talk about the issues. They're just going to talk about how you're a piece of shit, Megan.
It is shameful.
I know.
Thank
It
you,
is shameful.
Megan.
Yeah, thank you, Megan. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. Megan. Let's listen to Mary.
Mary King, are you here with us?
Look at this lady. She's so sweet. And what I love is, like, we have impassioned people, we have rational people, but they're all in their own way just being like, please, please listen to us.
Hello, I'm so glad to see all of you. Some of
Listen to her. Oh my God, she breaks my heart. She's so sweet.
you I know, and some I don't know. But I'm glad you're here, and I'm glad to be here. Thank you for letting me speak.
You're welcome,
I want
Mary.
to say that in this time of ours, when global warming is endangering so many people with
Has anybody heard of global warming? Do we remember that? Anybody? No? No.
fires
I
and
mean, that doesn't happen locally. That's a global thing. It's not Akron.
floods and terrible storms, we should be working to preserve our green space, our
No, not in Akron, Mary. Don't be silly.
natural areas. We
I
shouldn't
mean, what could Akron do to help global warming?
be destroying them.
What?
Trees, as all of you know, and green space,
Trees.
clean the air,
What?
clean the water,
No.
quiet down noises,
They do?
so they take
Ridiculous.
care of air pollution, water pollution, and noise pollution.
I
Those
think this
all
is
of which
fake news.
are very prevalent.
Fake
along
news, Mary.
Drive. I happen to live in that area.
What?
And
No.
the expressway is very loud, even though we have trees.
Oh, you mean those trees block the expressway noise? No. Fake news, Mary. I don't think Mary lives here. She's an outsider. Mary,
And the
with her cool, rational thoughts.
air is very impure, even though we have trees. It could be much better than it is, and it can be much worse than it is.
What? No. I think a development will make the air cleaner. Mary,
For this reason, we should protect the trees. and
What?
We should protect the green
you've watched too many Dr. Seuss movies, Mary. Sit down, honey.
spaces, and we shouldn't just willy-nilly tear
What?
things down
What?
and pave over areas unless there's a need to. I don't think there is a need to in this particular
Shows you what you know, Mary.
location. We have lots of housing, we have lots of office space around there that is not being used.
Huh?
There's no need to
What?
tear down those mature, beautiful trees to make all those animals homeless.
Akron loves making people homeless. Animals, people, it doesn't matter. If it's homeless, they love it. Yummy. It's like popcorn to them.
To increase the unpleasantness of the area that we live in.
No, Mary. It's going to be more pleasant with all those rental units.
We are citizens of Akron,
Not you, Mary. I don't think you're from Akron.
all of us. We are citizens of the earth.
What?
We have a responsibility to each other and to ourselves.
Yeah, Mary. Come on.
And I think that this development is irresponsible. if I
What?
can say so. Thank you.
Poor
Thank
sweet
you,
Mary.
Mrs. King.
Oh my God. Woman breaks my heart. Okay, I love this chick. This woman. Sorry.
Win Kohler.
Is it Win? She's amazing. Come on. Lay it down for us.
I
Hey.
stand with my fellow Akronites to demand that the sale of White Pond Wetland to Triton be canceled. Full stop.
Yes.
Either put the land into a public trust or let the citizens buy it so
Man, we ain't got $750,000, lady. Don't be ridiculous.
we can make this increasingly
We're Akron. We ain't got no money.
rare ecological gem into a protected space for all to enjoy. It's actually a shame that he fled the room because I wanted to address
Yeah, because he doesn't want to hear you. He doesn't want to actually face the people that he lambasted and denigrated.
the misinformation from the mouth of Mayor Fracking Dan Horrigan
I love that Mayor Fracking Dan Horrigan. Pretty good. He does like fracking.
himself in his snippet on NPR and in today's meeting.
Yes.
First, he claimed that there has been no evidence of the endangered species on the site.
There's no, don't be stupid. That's misinformation.
He would certainly know this for sure if an environmental impact study had been done at any point in this
No, we don't want that. We don't need all that.
process. But we already know that the Army Corps of Engineers has identified the endangered Indiana bat living on the ridges within the area. In addition, a biologist at last week's meeting studies a neighboring wetland and has stated that the migration of the endangered wood and spotted turtles would
Spotted turtles? Again, they're not paying rent.
traverse the White Pond wetland, or they would be nesting on the site. I was
What?
just at the Akron Zoo and I got to see the resident spotted turtle there.
Well, that's where we should keep them. Keep 1 or 2 at the zoo, and then we can pave over this place.
Beautiful creatures, a dark little turtle with striking yellow spots.
We already got
I would
'em.
love to see them flourishing in the
No.
wetland here, especially in their ancestral
I would love to see pavement just flourishing everywhere.
wetland. Another one of the mayor's claims is that Akron needs housing, and many agree, but we need affordable housing. These rentals will cost anywhere from $1,600 to $2,300
Isn't that so funny? We are like everybody can't afford housing, and what does he do? He gives us $1,600 apartments.
a month. Even on the low end, these are simply unaffordable and completely out of touch with the needs of the modern family, the young person or couple moving to the city.
Who is going into these rentals, man?
The minimum wage is $9.30 an hour.
Yeah, that's the problem. We don't want any of those scumbags in our place. We don't want the $9 an hour people here.
On the low end, $1,600 a month rental, a single person couldn't even cover the rent, in addition to all other living
Yeah, that's because we don't want them here. Come on, think.
expenses, working 40 hours a week.
If we squeeze the poor people enough, maybe they'll leave. And I don't care where they go. West Virginia, who gives a crap?
And if they have kids or pets,
Kids.
or vet bills, or medical expenses, or student debt,
If they can't afford that, they shouldn't live in Akron.
even with a graduate degree, many jobs are sitting at $12 to $15 per hour in an unstable economy, leaving someone overworked and with no extra money to fully enjoy a fulfilling life. So I must ask, who is this housing for?
I don't know.
Speaking of building, it is also a
I really want to know the answer to that.
ludicrous lie that the mayor says that the self-funded developers won't fill in the wetland. What constitutes a wetland is the fact that the land is saturated by groundwater.
No, that was just water pooling. Don't be stupid. It's just random water pooling.
There is no way to build on that without some level of carving out the land and filling it in with foreign rock substrate. Even once these wetlands are filled in, even partially, the developers will be fighting an uphill battle that nature will win. All of that water is being held in the sponge-like organic material collected over decades in the ecosystem.
No. This water was just pooling randomly. I mean, this is just pooling water, not like other water.
And by the surrounding tree root systems.
What? Tree roots. Fake news.
It will need to go somewhere. 1 acre of wetland can hold 330,000 gallons of water. So what will cause...
Wait. Are you saying this water has to go somewhere? No. It'll just disappear.
up 60-plus acres of wetland do? In a conservative estimate, how are we going to mitigate 19,800,000 gallons of water a year that will no longer be held? With a seamless wastewater, flood neighbor yards
We're going to send it to Copley.
and basements, destroying foundations of homes, overworking our already hurting stormwater system, and more catastrophic issues. As Akron is one of the highest points in Suffolk County by the...
What? Oh, man, all this science-y stuff is hurting my head. I just want the money.
Undisputable force of gravity, all of this water...
What? Gravity? Fake news, gravity.
...to the lower elevation points, taking with it our pollution, trash, and topsoil, literally making it someone else's problem. So let's not do that.
Let's not do that. Here, let's look at some of the comments. Hold on. Anthony says, keep your hand off the mouse, damn it. Sorry, the flickering in your mouse is making us nuts. Stop ranting and holding the mouse at the same time. Oh, I'm sorry. The city is... Sorry, I should have listened to you, Anthony. I'm sorry. The city is nothing but sneaky fuckers. Nobody is talking about the impending teacher strike due to the school not being safe. Fake news, Shannon. Jesus, all you fake news people. See, I love Anthony giving me some pro tips on how to actually have a decent show. Let's listen to Sarah. Let's see what Sarah has to say.
Sarah, is it Rossi?
This is still the 14th. I'm not going to do everyone's. I'm not going to do all because they're amazing, but I'm going to do just some. Oops, hold on.
I'm not sure I'll be that eloquent. I want to say thank you for the opportunity to speak today. I really appreciate that your job is to balance the economic security of our community with the livability of our
I love these rational humans, man. I'm like, wow, I wish I was that rational.
community. I appreciate what a difficult job that is, but I want to speak out against the White Pond development. When people
Surely a rational human will get their ear.
come to Akron, they marvel at our neighborhoods, at our homes, at the beauty of the structures that we have here. And when we were teenagers, we would drive through the Fairlawn Heights development and think, what would that be like to live in a home like that? And it motivated us. It motivated us to work hard, to get our education, to move.
So this is the thing. It's right by the most wealthy area of Akron.
Into places like that. 15 years ago, my husband and I were fortunate enough through our hard work, sacrifice, dedication to purchase a home in the Fairlawn Heights neighborhood. And we have loved living.
Now, I would be in a sticky wicket if they were like, well, this is the only place we can put low income housing. We're going to put it right here. But no, it's not that. This is high end rentals. I mean, who wants that? How is that good for anybody?
There.
You're going to undermine the rich people with rich rental people?
Concern with this development is twofold. It's to put that concentration of people in rental properties. We're looking at upwards of 1,000 people if you take 4 per household.
I don't know. Will there be 4 in each one? I guess. I don't know. I think that's a little extreme.
Or plus.
I don't know.
About 1,000 people in a concentrated area.
Hard to know, really.
Property. That does not further our American dream. The tax abatement does not serve individuals in that.
Does everybody understand this? That these people, the developers, not the people that are renting, the developers are getting 10, 15 years tax-free. Free schools, free roads, free everything.
Instance, it does not motivate people to build homes and to dig their roots and to stay in this community.
Yeah. I mean, have you thought about that? You're like, well, why would I want to come here when they're just giving rental people free?
We have chosen to do, and others have chosen to do. Many of the people here tonight have chosen to make our stake here in Akron, Ohio.
And what you need to know is these people are telling me they're thinking about leaving, and they have the means to do it. If they can move anywhere, they could be like, you know, fuck this place. I want to go pay less taxes down in Revere. You know?
Rental properties do not further that. The second concern I have is with the neighborhood itself. Fairlawn Heights does not have sidewalks. It does not have.
Okay, do you know this area of Fairlawn Heights? It's all the super fancy houses. And I learned from a neighbor that when they were developing the development, they ran out of money for sidewalks. And now nobody wants a sidewalk in their front yard. So they don't want to lose their frontage. So now this whole neighborhood doesn't have, this fancy neighborhood doesn't have sidewalks. And what she's going to say is, you bring in all these hundreds of people, they're going to start going more through this neighborhood, which people do all the time anyways.
Street lights. It has some very curvy streets. It has many blind spots. I don't know if there have been studies that have.
And I'm telling you, people, kids, dogs, they're all walking these streets.
Done on the traffic in that area. I have not seen any. If there have been, I apologize if there have. And
There hasn't.
Made myself available.
No, you're fine.
But it's human nature that when you're going west, you're going to turn left, which means you'll end up in this neighborhood. And without sidewalks, without street lights, when people walk, take their children on walks, take their dogs on walks, it's really.
I mean, that's what the GPS is going to tell them to do, right? Like, it's going to be like, oh, just cut through here. It's easier.
Just a matter of time until a tragedy occurs.
Yeah, 100%.
So I would ask from a safety perspective that you take a look at this, and I would really ask that you turn this opportunity as you see it down, is not a fruitful opportunity for this community.
It's really not. Like, I think honestly, this could turn this neighborhood could go bad. Like, these people could leave, man. These are people with means. And they might just be like, fuck it. They don't care about us.
So, again, I understand the balance that you're walking, but it should not come economic development in this city for a very few people. And let's be clear, it would be the developer
Yes.
and the landlords
That's the only people making money here. The developer and the landlord.
who would be benefiting from this.
And the developer is going to be one of Dan Horgan's buddies, a local guy, probably, I'm going to say probably Kenmore Construction, and then the landlord.
So we are looking at a very small handful of people that would be benefiting from this transaction. So is it easy as it seems? Empty property, housing. I would ask that you not do this at the expense of our neighborhoods. Thank you.
All right. I'm getting on to be an hour here. I don't know. There's so many good people. Andrea Niekamp is amazing. Maybe I need to do one of Andrea Niekamp. I'm going to go with her. She's amazing. This is her on the 21st.
I live on White Pond Drive.
She doesn't need to do this. She's a very wealthy woman living in a very well. I'm sorry. She is. She doesn't need to this kind of consternation.
White Pond Drive. On November 18th, I sent a statement of
And maybe I say these people. Yeah, Jane Piper Lunt says, I hate tax abatements. We always get screwed. Yeah, of course. It always goes to the rich, not the people. Think about all these people that came out in their own personal time to stand up and talk. People, they say that public speaking is something people hate more than death itself. And all these people are doing this very brave activity.
Contributions made to Daniel Horrigan by Triton LLC. And
so what she's pointing out is that they're Triton Development's just funneling tax or campaign contributions to Dan Horgan.
To council, the contributions were made in 2021 and include donations from people who reside in California.
People from California.
Dear council members, I have spoken at council twice regarding my concerns about the impending White Pond development. It was painful to watch the mayor denigrate Akron citizens, me, as he did at the development meeting on Monday, insinuating we are outsiders and that we are peddling false information. I was born in Akron in 1966, and I have lived here ever since, most recently on White Pond Drive. The fact that he received contributions back in 2021 from Triton and Associates, although legal, is unethical corruption.
So do you understand? They were funneling money to his campaign.
When it comes to his recent behaviors regarding this development especially, have you as members of the council received donations from Triton as well? I guess it is okay to take contributions from outsiders while you insinuate that those citizens who are trying to save a green space are the real outsiders.
Isn't that crazy? He bashes citizens, but then takes outside money.
This is shameful.
Yeah.
I only had one response from one council member, so I'd like to thank Phil Lombardo for not accepting donations from an outside developer. I am again.
Of course they didn't respond to her. They don't respond.
Vote no on this development. Our mayor and deputy mayor, Sean Volman, refused to meet with us citizens regarding.
They won't meet with them. Same with me.
Regarding this unwanted and environmentally careless development. Instead of hearing us out, they mount a counterattack, calling us liars and refusing to meet with us.
Can you believe that?
They decided to use city resources to put up two big metal no trespassing signs on the White Pond land where neighbors have walked for well over 10 years.
They've been walking this land for 10 years and now there's no trespassing signs.
Can you please stand up for your citizens in the face of tyranny of a mayor who has clear conflicts of interest and is more interested in policing people than listening to them?
All right. She's amazing. They're so amazing. Jane Piper Lunt says, our three crook counselor members all took real estate PAC money. Sure, they are crooks. Look, this is going to pass. All right? Now, that maybe is depressing, but what I am going to suggest to you is that you learn from what has worked. Okay? What the big success we have had is issue 10. We jumped over city council and took items directly to the people. We need to become more proficient at that. Okay? We need to learn how to take issues directly to the voters. Because the people on city council all have ulterior motives. They want that cushy job. They want the amazing health care. They want the power. They want all of it. They want it all. And they'll do anything to keep it. Okay? That's the first thing. The next thing is you got to vote. And not just vote, like we say that. I hate people say that shit. We got to get people to vote for. All right? Now look. If you know anything about me, you know I'm for the people. You can love me or hate me. You know I stand for the people. You got to know that. If you think I don't put people first, you're just wrong. I'm sorry. And you're more than welcome to debate me and hate me. That's fine. But you got to believe I put people first. Okay? I'm a populist. I'm a leftist populist. And we have to get people on the ballot to throw all these people out. Shamus Malik is probably going to vote against this because I think he believes it. And I think he thinks it might help his mayoral run to vote with the people. Tara Mosley, maybe he's just going to abstain. I would be very surprised if anyone else votes against this. I would be shocked if anybody else votes against this. And because of that, because they have heard these people and they are voting against the people, they should all go. You should counter every one of them. All of them need serious adversaries in the May 2023 primary. They're all going up. They're all going up for election in the primary. Whoever wins that election in the Democratic primary in May is going to win in November, because right now Republicans can't win in Akron. Okay? I will help you. You can run against me. If you want to run for city council or for mayor and you need help, I will help you. I will give you a website. I will help. I'll take you to how to pull your papers at the Board of Elections. I will help you. You can hate me and I will help you. Okay? Please, God, run. Every one of these people needs to be pushed. All right? I will help you run, get donations. I will help you on web. I'm a marketer. Okay? They all need to feel the heat of the atrocities and the corruption that they are all guilty of. They are not listening to the people. They do not listen to the people. The only reason we got issue 10 is because we went over them. They were going to pass something that the mayor controlled. that the mayor was going to put yes sirs and yes ma'ams or whatever, yes men, I guess. I don't know how you say that for now in a politically correct world. Yes people, in his advisory board. So the advisory board was going to be corrupt. Now they've lost control of that. Jane Piper Luntz says, teach them about municipal government. Our new counselors know jack about the systems of their own power. If you want to run for anything and you need help, see me. Talk to me. They all need serious attacks. Every one of them. Every one of them. All right? I am against this White Pond thing. It's already done. It's already done. But do not lose hope. Use this as an opportunity of learning and toughening and understanding how evil these people are. They're evil. Have you learned that? Now that you've seen them up close, have you learned how corrupt and terrible they are by bad-mouthing the people and spreading actual fake news? They are terrible, terrible, terrible people. We have to get them out. We have to. And the only way we get them out is somebody stands up. All right? And they're going to attack you again. They're going to attack your character. They are going to make you look like a piece of shit in hopes that you'll just cower and run. Like what's probably going to happen to this poor Megan lady. Like she's so hurt because they didn't need to do that to her. They didn't need to attack her character. She just cares about something, for God's sake. And heaven forbid anybody in Akron care about something that the mayor doesn't care about. You are going to be attacked. What a terrible disgrace. Terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible. All right, that's it. Don't give up hope. You can do it. Let issue 10 be your guiding hope. It literally is possible. We can do this. We just have to do it. Stand up. Run for city government. I love you. I'll see you.